the 4 lepers. The Bible says there were 4 lepers, men at the entrance of the gate. These lepers are heartless. They have inadequacies. They had limitations, just as some of you have. But they allowed the inadequacies and the limitations to stop them. They said to one another, listen. When you are passing circumstances, you have to learn how to ask life-changing questions. They ask, he said, why sit we here till we die? That was a life-changing question. That was the question that turned their life around. That reminds me of the man called Jacob. In Genesis chapter 30, verse 30. You know the story about Jacob. How Jacob worked for labor for 40 years for free. And after then, labor employed him. And he was paying him peanuts. He started paying him peanuts. But a point came that he had to ask a question. A life-changing question. He said, when shall I provide for my family also? You need to understand the point at which Jacob asked this question. It was at the point Joseph was born. Because when a new child is born in your family, that means new expenses. How come your level has not changed? Your finance has not changed and you are still burning? That burning is not correct. I said that word deliberately. Burning. You are still living on the same income and you still dey burn. With this economy, you know the price of baby food, the price even diapers, and you still dey burn. You say na mistake. Na mistake. And you want to plug your family into poverty. How can it be by mistake? You have to be intentional about everything. By mistake. So you are just releasing. By mistake. But you will face the music anyway. But what I'm saying is, at that point, Jacob understood that I need to change level. I can't be living from heart to mouth like this, looking at my family, looking at the new child that is born into this family. I need to change levels. And that's why he had to ask labor the question, when shall I provide for my family also? I know you have been on that job. I may not ask you to change your job, but the question I need to ask you, do you have exit strategy? When I was to work for a publishing company, I knew I'm going to spend 10 years. When I spent 9 years in that company, I resigned to start my own. Listen, that you are doing for your own boss, you can own it. I'm not saying you should just resign, but plan it. But the truth of the matter is that some of us are being overdue in that job you are doing, and you know it. You have stayed long more than necessary because you have been all the same income. The most miserable people right now are the people on salary. Jacob, the blessings was on Jacob, but who was having the benefit of the blessings? It was labor. So you are a blessed man. What God is saying is that He will bless the work of your hands. So Jacob was being blessed, and labor was getting wealthier. But Jacob was receiving peanuts. That should be a lesson for somebody. You can have a job and still have side businesses that bring money to you daily.